Hi, and welcome to Thrive Online. Today we're going to do a quick practice that's hopefully going to get our heart rates up, body's a little more open, and generally just a little more calm. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to get started in child's pose. So toes together at the back of the mat. We're going to go ahead and leave our knees wide, mats width distance apart, and bring those hands out in front, foreheads pressing into the mat. This is a really active child's pose. We only have about a half an hour, so let's go ahead and start warming up the back body. So press those hands into the mat, pull the shoulders down and away from the ears. Feel those muscles between the shoulder blades start to fire up. Now breathe here in and out through your nose and start to draw that belly button to spine. One more breath. Nice. Coming on up here on the next inhale, coming into your tabletop. Hands directly beneath the shoulders, knees directly beneath the hips. Let's actively get those pelvises in neutral. So draw the belly button in, send the tailbone down. Here is our tabletop position. So your back should be straight. You should be able to put a cup of coffee right there. Gaze is looking down, maybe a little bit forward, but we don't want to look up because that's going to creak the neck. Draw the belly button to spine. So your belly's actually doing a little bit of work here. One more breath. Now we're going to move through some cat-cows. Drop the belly looking up, and then draw the belly up to the spine, the sky, and now let's do that again. Drop the belly looking up, and then rounding down, belly to the sky. Let's do that with your breath, in and out. This is the cow pose when your belly is down, and then this is the cat pose when your belly is up and your back is up high. Now, after you've done this a handful of times, you might play with some organic movements. Maybe it's side to side. Maybe it's big circles in one direction and then the other. We're just warming the body up, getting ready for a little bit of movement. Coming to stillness, come back to that neutral pelvis. So the belly's in, the back is straight. And now we're going to plug those toes into the mat. Push the fingertips into the mat, soften the elbows. If you tend to lock out the elbows, put a little bend in the elbows. And from here, we're going to lift the knees just to a hover. And we're just going to be here for 5 counts. So as you're here, push the shoulder blades away from you. Let those knees stay really close but not touching, and keep the elbows soft. One more breath. Nice. Go ahead and straighten everything, downward facing dog. Here in downward facing dog, you want your feet about hips width distance apart. So not together, but also not necessarily mats width distance unless that's just exceptionally more comfortable for you. You want to have your hands out in front about shoulders width distance, and think about pressing the thumb and the pointer finger into the mat a bunch. Here your gaze is towards your belly button unless that hurts your neck, and then you can look in between your ankles. And I like to look at the belly button because it reminds me to suck that puppy in. Get the belly in. Keep those shoulders away from the ears to relax. Maybe you shake your head side to side. One more breath. Let's walk our hands back to our feet. Softening the knees a whole bunch. Go ahead and clasp opposite elbows. And maybe you sway side to side with a nice forgiving bend in those knees. When you just have the knees nice and straight, even with super open hammies, first thing, oh man, that just is not a very forgiving way to help your body get into the idea of movement. Slowly coming to stillness, and we're going to roll ourselves up, one vertebra at a time. Here we are in our mountain pose. So let's get moving. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhaling, half lift. Exhale, walk yourself out to a plank and hold. Puff that space out between the shoulders. Lengthen through the tailbone here. Push back through the heels. Feel as you push your heels back how that activates the quads a little bit more, and try to get your booties down a little bit more. Not like this, but we're also not in downward facing dog. We're in a nice plank position. Now you can always come down to your knees at any point if you'd like. And if you'd like to go further, pick up that right foot. But when you pick up your right foot, especially in full plank, don't let your hips get all cockamamie. Try to keep your hips square. Let's do 2 more. Keep those elbows soft. Nice. Grounding that right foot down. Pick up the left foot. Try to keep the hips square. And again, you can do this on your knees if you like. Draw that belly button to spine. Push that space between the shoulder blades away. Make it bigger. 1 more. Nice. Now push yourself forward onto your toes. Come all the way down to the mat. We're going to inhale, bring the fingertips more in line with your chest. Squeeze the elbows together. Press the tops of the feet into the mat and lift up. Squeeze those elbows together. This is building some heat along the small muscles of your back. One more breath. Nice. Go ahead, ground the forehead. Bring the hands out wide to a T. And then with the head forward, push down into the mat. Lift the hands up. That when you leave your head on the mat, it keeps the neck muscles from working and focuses more on the back muscles. One more. Now grounding the hands, lift the head. Now if you'd like to journey with me, you can stay right here, or we can make it a little juicier. Hands come back, come forward, back, and forward. 3 more. Back, forward. 1 more. Back, forward. Nice. Bring those fingertips back down in line with the chest. Plug those toes into the mat. You can leave your knees on the mat if you'd like, or you can come into a full expression of your plank. Inhale. 1 long line of energy. Push yourself up. Hold this plank. 1 more. Now downward facing dog. Good job. From here, we're going to bring the right foot come forward. Bring that left knee down to the mat. Leave that left hand right where it is and twist this out. This is hands down my favorite twist. Really awesome to do first thing in a practice to help get your spine used to the idea of moving. Soft bend in that left elbow, especially if you hyperextend. Now bring that right hand down, put it in between the left hand and the foot, and sink down into that left hip a little bit more. 1 more breath. Nice. Now we're going to back out of this low lunge just a little bit. Take that right foot, bring it back, hold this plank. Now you can stay here in plank, or if you'd like to take your vinyasa, push forward onto the toes, lower down to your chaturanga, inhaling into upward facing dog, exhaling into downward facing dog. Nice. Chaturanga is like a push-up position, but your elbows stay close to the body. Left foot comes forward, right knee plants, right hand stays right where it was, left hand reaches up. Nice and beautiful opening low lunge twist. Now if it hurts your neck to look up, you can look down. Sometimes if I leave my chin really tucked and just look out the corners of my eyes, that enables my neck to move a little bit more. 1 more breath. Nice. Go ahead and ground the left hand in between the right hand and the left foot and sink into this lunge a little bit more. It is early, so be compassionate. 1 more. Nice. We're going to come up to the back toes. Go ahead and move that left hand to the outside of the left foot. Push up. We'll come back to your full plank. Now you can go straight to down dog if you'd like, or you can join me. High plank, low plank. Inhaling upward facing dog. Exhaling downward facing dog. Good job. 2 breaths here. 1 breath. Let's get off those hands for just a minute. Right foot, right knee to your nose. Shoot it back. Right knee to your right elbow. Shoot it back. Right knee to your left elbow. Shoot it back. And right foot comes in between the hands. We're going to come into your crescent lunge. So it's like a runner's lunge. You want to keep your hips a little bit square to the front. Zip that belly button in. Tailbone lengthens down. Your hands at your heart center is a little less intense. Hands up high is a little more intense. So if you're kind of out of breath, bring your hands down here to your heart center, or you can always put them behind you. But we're not out of breath yet, right? 1 more breath. Now we're going to make this a dynamic movement to get into the right glute a little bit more. So inhale here, and then exhale, push it all away like you're prepping for airplane. Inhale up. We're going to do this 5 times. Exhale, push it away. Inhale up. Exhale, push it away. Inhale up. Exhale, push it away. 1 more. Inhale up. Exhale, push it away and hold. You can stay right here in this modified airplane, or if you'd like to juice it up, come into your airplane pose. Really squeeze those arms together up high. So the hands are reaching for the ceiling behind you, thumbs reaching for each other. Left foot's reaching for the imaginary wall behind you. 1 more breath. Nice. Coming back to your warrior 1. This time, the difference between warrior one and crescent lunge is heel down. Keep those hips square to the front. One more breath. And now we're opening up warrior two. Deep inhales, deep exhales. You should feel your lungs expanding in the back. One more. Now we're going to make this a dynamic movement. We're going to go inhale, peaceful warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, peaceful warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Extended side angle is that right elbow to the right thigh. Peaceful warrior, extended side angle. Two more. Peaceful warrior. Maybe no weight comes to that right knee. Extended side angle. Peaceful warrior, extended side angle. Now, you can leave your right elbow here on that right thigh. It gives yourself a little bit of a break. But if you'd like to juice it up, let's hold a beach ball in front of our head. Try to get your right shoulder on top of your right knee and lengthen through the tailbone. You should feel this in your left oblique. Gaze is either up towards your fingertips on the left, or you can look forward. One more. Nice. Inhaling all the way up, 5-pointed star. And then exhale, we're going to bring the hands to the chest. Toes are going to come out. We're doing our goddess pose. I'm going to turn around so you can see me. Now, let's come up to the toes. Remember, you don't have to come up to the toes. You can stay right here with both heels on the mat. Draw the belly in, sink down a little lower. Now we're going to do some pulses for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and squeeze. Hold it here, work in the balance. A little bit of shake is good. One more. Nice, coming up back to your 5-pointed star. I'm going to turn around again. We're going to push the hips back towards the left as we straighten that right leg. Right toes face forward. Left toes are going to stay facing that wall and come into your triangle pose. For triangle pose, you can grab your right toe if you'd like, or your hand can be up here on your shin. More important is to have your chest open, not down like this. We want to have that chest open towards the wall on your left. Push down a whole bunch into that left big toe. One more. Nice. Go ahead. Windmill those hands down to the mat, coming up to the toes of that left foot. Right foot comes back. Push yourself forward. High plank to low plank. Inhaling upward facing dog. Exhaling downward facing dog. Go ahead and catch your breath here for 2 breaths. From here, we're going to do those knees to nose. Left knee to your nose. Shoot it back. Left knee to your left elbow. Shoot it back. Left knee to your right elbow. Shoot it back. Left foot comes forward, crescent lunge. So remember, you can leave your hands. They can be at your hips if you'd like, behind your back, at your heart center, or reaching up high. Shoulders down and away from the ears. Belly is in. Really feel a nice stretch along this right hip flexor. Now we're going to do that nice dynamic movement for 5 reps. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, bellies in, push it away. Inhale, hands up. Push it away. Hands up, inhale. Exhale, push it away. Let go of something. Inhale, bring in the good. Exhale, send out the back. Inhale, one more. Inhale up. Exhale, push it away. I think we've got to do one more. A light inhale up. And then exhale, push that away. Now you can stay right here in this crescent lunge, or if you'd like to play with the airplane pose, pick your right foot up, trying to keep those hips square. Really engage that right foot, pressing into that imaginary wall behind you. Hands are reaching up, palms towards the ceiling, maybe thumbs together. Look at something not moving. One more breath. Nice. Now coming into your warrior one. The only difference between crescent lunge and warrior one is that right heel is down. One more breath. And now we're opening up warrior two. Sinking into that left knee right here. Draw that belly in. So we don't want to spill that soup forward, and we don't want to spill it back either. Try to keep your soup or your cereal right here in the pelvis. Now we're doing that dynamic movement between extended side angle and peaceful warrior. So inhale, peaceful warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, peaceful. Exhale, extended. Inhale, peaceful. Exhale, extended. 2 more. Inhale, peaceful. Maybe no weight comes to that left thigh. Last one, peaceful. Keep that left knee bent. Extended side angle and hold. Here, we can stay right here, left elbow to left thigh. You can go back and hold the beach ball out ahead of you, or you can hold the beach ball in front of you. Just working the different core muscles. You want to try to have that left shoulder on top of the left thigh, right shoulder on top of the left shoulder. That's that imaginary 2 panes of glass. Little to no weight here on that left thigh if you really want to amp it up. Let's go 1 more breath. Nice, opening up to your 5-pointed star. From here, we're going to go ahead and go back to our goddess. So heels out, heels in, toes out, arms as goalposts. Now, we can go back to that same thing we did on the last side where we just hold this deep goddess pose and we can do squats, or you can make it a bigger movement. So you can see I'm moving a little bit side to side to get used to that movement on either side of the leg. Do that with me a few times, and then when you're pretty confident, we're going to try to bring that right knee up to that left elbow. Let's try it. Inhale, think to yourself, I can do it. Exhale, take it out. Squat. Again, up, squat, up, squat, up, squat. 1 more. Up, squat. That was 5. Nice. Let's do that on the other side. Right elbow to that left knee. When you're ready, up, squat, up, squat, up, 3, 4, 5. Hold that squat. Try to get the knees out, toes out, heels out, arms up. 1 more breath. Great. Now 5-pointed star. Whew. Now those right toes are going to face forward. Left toes are going to face towards the left. Shift the hips back. Bring the hands forward and come into your triangle pose. Again, grab your left big toe if you'd like. Left shin, yogi's choice. More important to be between 2 panes of glass than it is to be grabbing your toes and have your chest down. So if you can't grab your toes and keep your chest up, come up. And gaze towards those right fingertips. Guess what? Your right butt cheek is working. That's going to help to lengthen the tailbone down and keep that pelvis in a neutral position. 1 more breath. Nice. Go ahead, windmill those hands down, coming up to the toes of that right foot. Left foot comes back. Push yourself forward. Come on down, chaturanga. Upward facing dog and downward facing dog. Good job. One more breath. From here, we're going to get a little bit more plank abs in. So come to your high plank. Hold it here. Let's do some yoga mountain climbers. So you can do this from downward facing dog. It's a little less intense on the abs and on the upper body, but I'm going to demonstrate it from a plank position. Inhale here, high plank. When you're ready, left foot to the outside of that left hand. Shoot it back. Right foot, back. Left foot, back. Right, back. Left, back. Right, left, right. 1 more each side. Left, right. Nice. Downward facing dog. Now we're going to make it be a little bit more dynamic. So we can go back, hold the plank. You can do the knees to elbows. You can do the yogi's mountain climbers, or we can add a deep squat between each one. So you ready? High plank. Left foot out, back, right, back, jump into seat. Let's try that again. Push your hands down, back to your plank. Left, right, chair. This is a deep squat. Come down, shoot it back. Left, right, slow chair. Nice. Down, and maybe you do 1 leg at a time. Left foot forward, right foot forward. Jump yourself back. Chair. Let's do that 2 more times. Jump it back. Left, right, deep squat. Back, left, right, deep squat. Nice. Now let's come into Malasana. It's a nice way to get that heart rate up, right? It's a little bit of a cheat, but I love it. Here we are in our deep Malasana squat. Catch your breath. Now we're going to try to twist this out ever so slightly. Take that left hand down and in front of the left foot, and then push your right knee away from yourself. So your right elbow's on the inner thigh of that right, and push it away. Nice gentle twist. Letting your heart rate catch up. Grounding that right hand down in front of that right foot. Left elbow to the left inner thigh. Push it away. Gaze over those left shoulders. Nice. All right, coming back to your Malasana squat. From here, we're going to channel our non-violent guns. Hands out in front. Squeeze those glutes together. Push down into the big toes. Come all the way up to standing. Nice. Here we are at the top of our mat. From here, we're going to come into a chair pose. Hands at your heart center. Toes together, heels slightly apart. That's going to help the twist get a little easier when your feet are together. Draw the belly in. Left elbow to the outside of that right thigh. Bring those hands to your chest. Gaze over that right shoulder. One more. Back into chair, holding it here. Bring your hands back to your heart center. 4 breaths on the other side. Right elbow to the outside of that left. Try to keep your hips square. Toes together, knees together. Gaze over that left shoulder. One more. Come back into your chair. And now little bitty tiny ball squat. See if you can balance here. Heels off the mat, hands to your heart center. Now we're going to try to do some big, deep movements, being mindful on your knees. So you can either do this halfway lift, back down, or you can come all the way up. Heels stay off. Come all the way down. Let's go for 5. So you've got half or up. That's 2. Up. That's 3. Maybe the heels never touch. 4. Last one. 5. Hallelujah. Forward fold. I honestly think staying at the halfway point's a little bit harder. Grabbing hold of those big toes with your peace finger. Head up for the inhale. Exhale, pull yourself down. Letting the heart rate come back down just a little bit before we start moving again. Pulling yourself down, letting gravity do its thing. Now, from here, we're going to shimmy those feet closer together. Maybe about 2 fists width distance, about hips width distance in between your feet to the ground, and then bend your knees slightly and roll yourself up. Another great way to get your heart rate up and to really confuse the brain is to balance. So we're going to do one more sequence that includes balancing, all poses that you've already seen today. We're just going to add them together slightly differently, then we'll come down to the mat. So ground down a whole bunch through your right foot, hands at your hips. That's going to help you to remember your belly. Keep the belly in, shoulders stacked over the hips. Bring that left knee up, shoot it down. We're going to do that 5. Knee up, shoot it down. If you want to juice it up, left foot out, shoot it down. That's 3, 4. Hold this one up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the left knee, shoot it back into that airplane that we visited first thing. Let's practice. Holding it here, trying to keep your hips square. Left foot's really, really, really active. One more breath, and then standing splits. Now we're coming into a little bit of a curtsy squat. Left knee's going to come behind that right knee and the left heel to your right butt cheek. You ready? Squat for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold that standing splits, and then bring that left foot down to meet right. Shake out that right leg. Good job, good job. Now we're going to slowly but surely roll ourselves up and do that on the other side. Grounding down a whole bunch to that left foot. We can either bring the right knee up with the right knee bent, belly's in for 1, or you can do that with straight legged, 2. So you can do it with bent knee, 3, or straight leg, 4. This last one we're going to hold, so it can be with a bent knee or with a straight leg, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Bend that knee back, shoot it all the way back. That right foot's shooting back. Hands are at your hips to try to encourage yourself to keep square hips. Belly's in, right foot's pushing back, and then come into your standing splits. 5 of those little curtsy lunges, curtsy squats. You ready? Right knee behind left, right heel towards that left butt cheek for 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. 1. Standing splits, hold it, hold it. Nice, go ahead and come back to this, both feet on the mat. We're gonna open up the feet wide, heels in, come back to your malasana because I feel like that would feel really good. Ooh, Nelly does it. Now let's work our abs. Slowly starting to reduce our heart rate, working the core, and really getting to where we deserve this nice long shavasana that's coming. So hands out again in that non-violent gum. Try to sit down really low. So reach the hands forward, booty comes back, come into your boat pose. So boat pose is not way up high like this, the feet really high. Boat pose is like 45 to 60 degrees. If you need to bend your knees, that's okay. And if you watch, I'm going to have my knees bent as we move through this progression of exercises. So you can start out here until your abs get sore. You're going to feel this in the quads and those hip flexors as well. But now we're going to row our boat. Right, left, for 5 on each side. Here's 3, 2, and 1. Bring those knees into your chest. Give them a squeeze. Now we're going to go for a little bike ride, right? So we're not going to be laying down. We're going to try to keep the chest up and proud. Extend those legs out. I'm going to keep my knees bent. And so we can do just the legs where you keep your hands out or grounded and move your legs forward and back. Or you can keep the rowing action happening. So left foot, left arm crosses. In, right foot out, right arm crosses. In. So 5 each time. That was 1. And 2. And 3. And 4. And 5. Nice. Bring those knees into your chest. Give them a squeeze. Now, see if you can hold your knees right here into your chest with no arms. This is really, really using the compression muscles. Really important for inversions. Hold them there. Now we're going to do 5. See how my feet are way off the mat? We're going to let them touch. Come back for 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Nice. Give them a squeeze. Now we're going to go back to that exercise. You can keep your knees really bent, or we can work towards letting them come out towards closer to straight. You ready? Let's try. We're just doing 5. We can do anything 5 times. Hands can be out wide, or they can be back here to support you. Let's go for it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Give them a squeeze. Hallelujah. That is over with. Go ahead and bring both feet down to the mat, opening them up wide like a book. Good job. Here's a little bit of Baddha Konasana. Cobbler's pose. Open up those feet. Look at how much you need a pedicure, or wait, that's just as me. Your elbows can be on those inner thighs, helping to push yourself down. Coming on out of this, let's do another twist. Right heel to the outside of that left hip. Left foot crosses over. We're going to bring that right elbow, right forearm to wrap around and hug the left knee as the left hand plants behind you. Gaze over that left shoulder. This is a twist as well as a stretch for the outer part of that left thigh. Left glute. Other side. Left heel to the outside of that right hip. Right foot crosses over. Give that right knee a hug. Right hand plants behind you. Gaze over that right shoulder. Nice. All right, go ahead, fire log those feet. Left foot's now, left shin's parallel to the front. Right shin is pushing on top of it. If your knee doesn't rest, that's okay. You can grab a couch cushion or a block to support the knee. And we're just going to come forward ever so slightly until you feel a good stretch in that right. That's called your right IT band, the outer part of your right thigh. You'll probably also feel this in your left thigh too. This is like a really easy way to get outside of both hips if you don't have tons of time to really enjoy a nice pigeon pose. All right, let's do that on the other side. Right foot down at the bottom, left foot on top of the right, and go ahead, come forward, leaning into this fire log. So remember, you can put a block underneath this left thigh. Most people can't get both knees down. You have to have really open hips for that. So if your knees are not all the way down like mine, that's okay. If your hips are both really open and your knees are down, you can walk your hands out. That helps you to intensify the stretch on the top leg. Probably on both hips, but I feel it mostly in my left, the top leg. From here, we're going to come all the way back up Bring both feet, plant them down onto the mat. Pretend there's super glue underneath your feet. Your belly button sucked in. You've got like the tightest Spanx on ever. Your spine is nice and straight. I'm holding on to the other end of the rope, and you've got one end, I've got one end. You're going to slowly, slowly, slowly pull that rope down with you. As soon as your back starts to bend, roll on out of this. So this is really great core work. Nice, slow, and controlled. Keep going, keep going, keep going. As soon as your spine bends, roll on out of it. Long body stretch. Nice. Go ahead, bring that right knee into your chest. Give it a squeeze. A little bit of wind removing pose. Extend it out. Left knee into your chest. Give it a squeeze. Extend it out. And now enjoy your final resting pose. You worked pretty hard today. Good job. Hopefully it was challenging for you, but also doable. Let everything go. And just be here. Be present. Thank you so much for joining me today in this supercharged, super quick, yoga-inspired workout sequence. I hope you had fun. Don't forget to check out all of our resources on YouTube and also inside of the Thrive Online community. Until the next time, take care. Namaste.